Bobby is a full-fledged graduate X-Man now. He can handle himself. Quote, Cyclops. X-Men, Volume 1, Issue 8, The Uncanny Threat of Unus The Untouchable. Cyclops watches over the X-Men's latest training session. He helps Iceman develops his power, including making his body colder, which in turn makes him appear icier and more transparent rather than a snowman. Following the tough workout, Cyclops gives the group the rest of the day off. Jean tries to convince Cyclops to spend the rest of the afternoon with them, but he refuses, saying that he has too much work to do. From her thoughts, it becomes obvious that Jean has fallen in love with Scott. Heading from the coffee shop where they met Zelda, Hank and Bobby come across a child in danger of falling off a roof. Without any time to change into costume, Hank climbs up the side of the buildings and rescues the child. When he reaches the ground again, he and Bobby are attacked by the onlooking mob, which is angered that there was a mutant hiding among them. Hank and Bobby escape and head back to the mansion. Infuriated, Hank tells Scott that he is quitting the X-Men. Scott does not know what to do, so he contacts Professor Xavier. Professor Xavier tells him that he cannot do anything about it and continues on his quest to find Lucifer. A week later, Hank has established himself as a pro wrestler named The Beast. His latest opponent is Unus The Untouchable. Hank tries to attack Unus, but every time he attempts to strike the man, he is stopped by an invisible force field. Hank suddenly recognizes Mastermind in the audience, then realizes that the two men somehow know each other. After the fight, Mastermind heads into Unus's locker room. Unus inquires whether he can join the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, yet Mastermind informs him due to the failures of Namor and the Blob recently, Unus must prove his loyalty before receiving membership. He informs Unus that he must find or even defeat one of the X-Men. Unus has no idea how to find an X-Men, so he goes for a walk. He sees a bank robbery and thinks that he could put the money to better use and robs the bank robber. The X-Men are nearby and assume Unus is the bank robber and confronts him. Angel instructs Unus, stating, "Stay where you are, buddy. I want to talk to you." Unus responds, expressing his satisfaction. "What a stroke of luck. Now I won't have to find you before I can polish you off." The Angel, approaching Unus, identifies him as one of the robbers and declares, "So you are one of the robbers? Well, I'll teach you not to make idle threats to an X-Men." Unus remains unafraid and stands his ground, remarking, "If I'm going to become one of Magneto's allies, I might as well do my fighting in a distinctive costume." The X-Men land in their whirly bird, and Angel is the first to encounter a demonstration of Unus's power. Cyclops, recognizing they have encountered another mutant, cautions the rest of the team, stating, "Stay back, all of you. I'll tackle him with my power beam." Unus effectively deploys his force field to block all of Cyclops' optic blasts. Recognizing the threat, Unus prioritizes targeting Cyclops first. In the midst of the confrontation, Cyclops reflects on the difficulty of dodging Unus's attacks, realizing that he cannot invade indefinitely. Concerns arise. Cyclops' thoughts about the potential consequences of Unus, the man seemingly impervious to enemy attacks, joining Magneto. The uncertainty lingers as he contemplates the possible implications for the X-Men and their future. Cyclops attempts to engage Unus with a few jabs, but Unus remains untouchable. Despite Cyclops' efforts, Unus manages to throw him to the ground. Iceman, witnessing the situation, urges Cyclops to duck, promising to take on their adversaries. As the team leader, Cyclops intervenes and expressing the need to study Unus further before launching any more attacks, highlighting a strategic approach in dealing with a formidable foe. Unus, in his plan, intends to deliver Cyclops to Magneto as a reward. Cyclops, apprehensively about the potential alliance, fears that Unus join Magneto's evil group. In response to escalating situation, Unus urgently shouts out a plan designed as Marvel Girl Plan G5. Acting swiftly, Marvel Girl executes the plan by using her telekinetic abilities to catch Cyclops and prevent any further harm. As Cyclops safely lands on the ground, he directs Iceman to execute maneuver F12 with quick freeze intensity. Iceman promptly attempts to create an igloo around Unus. Responding to the defensive move, Unus remarks, "Is there nothing you freaks can't do?" acknowledging the formal abilities of the X-Men. Iceman successfully forms an igloo around Unus, but Unus defiantly declares that no ice cage can hold him. Displaying the agility of a powerful trained athlete, Unus adaptedly moves and shatters the still hardening ice weeks before it could reach full strength. With confidence, Unus empathizes that he doesn't rely solely on his mutant powers, knowing that years spent in the ring honoring his skills were not in vain. Before the startled Iceman can regather his energy from another attack, Unus goes on the offensive, aiming to ground and pound Iceman to death. The Angel attempts to intervene, getting close, but struggles to land a blow. Undeterred, the Angel decides to try a different approach. In response, Unus adapts his strategy, employing a wrestling hold to maintain control of the situation. Suddenly, the great beating wings spread out and both mutants soar into the sky. The Angel challenges Unus, stating, "Anyone can wrestle on the ground, but there's a little flying lesson for you. You can't hang on forever. We'll see how much good your power does when you fall." In response, Unus calls the Angel's bluff, expressing confidence. "I know you're not murderers. I know it." Unable to bring himself to throw Unus to his death, the Angel decides to leave him on top of a building. Cyclops commends Warren, saying, "Nice going." Angel acknowledges their success, stating, "We stopped him for now, but what happens if he menaces us again?" Iceman adds a cautionary note, suggesting next time he'll be too smart to try to grab you, Angel. The X-Men return to the mansion to plot a strategy and find Beast in the lab working on a strange device. Beast informs them that the device is designed to increase Unus's powers. The X-Men think Beast has joined with Magneto and attack him. Beast tries to explain his plan, but the others won't listen, so he grabs his device and jumps out the window. At the gym, Beast uses the device on Unus, increasing his powers. The X-Men arrive too late. Cyclops, what's our next move? Nothing yet. Stay back. See what Unus tries to do. The Beast, I'll restrain them. Unus, your experiment with your new power, then we'll be back. Unus says, you'll make a good member for Magneto too. Anyone who betrays his own team by helping the enemy. Then as the shocked X-Men leave the gym, Iceman says, Cyclops, let someone else handle Hank. I can't get myself to do it. Marvel Girl says, wasn't enough to desert us? Did you have to betray us as well? The Beast says, I did it for your own sake, Scott. You'll see. Cyclops, take your hand off me. At first, Unus is very pleased with his powers, but quickly realizes he can no longer control them. He learns that he can't touch anything, not even his cigarettes and food. The X-Men find him in a restaurant trying to grab food because he is starving, but his power thwarts him. Beast makes a deal with Unus to reverse the device effects as long as he does not join the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Unus agrees and returns to his wrestling career after being treated, and Beast returns to the X-Men. Notes, refers to X-Men issue 7 in regards to Magneto's disappointment in the Blob. Marvel Girl changes her mask back to the original one. Iceman takes his transparent ice form for the first time. This becomes the standard look for the character from this point on. Issue offers a full-page pinup of the Beast by Jack Kirby, Chick Stone, and Sam Rosen. Credits, produced by Marvel's Fantastic Foursome. Stan Lee writer, Jack Kirby artist, Chick Stone inker, and Sam Rosen letterer. In all of the X-Men, in all new X-Men #1, the scene in this issue where the Beast quits is interrupted by his future self and the X-Men are transported forward in time. In all new X-Men 2, after many cross-dimensional adventures, they are returned to their own time and have their memories wiped in Exterminators #5 when the events of the issue resume. The Beast temporarily leaves the team to become a wrestler. His pseudonym is The Beast. Lucifer is mentioned. He is seen for the first time next issue. This issue contains the very first assault of humans on mutants in the original run of the series. Next issue, X-Men Volume 1, Issue 9. Enter the Avengers.